welcome to the Champ We Are United podcast, the #1 football comic-based podcast. With 100 episodes well and truly under our belt, it had to happen. Can you guess? Yes, it is the important news, big news, great news inside edition. I am your host, Paul the Tangential One Richardson. Wow, it's a small team in the studio. I'm left wondering, has it got anything to do with the important news, big news, great news feature? Only time will tell. But I can tell you who is here. He doesn't do impressions, but he certainly takes on their star quality. If it's not now the famed Michael Parkinson technique of interviewing all the big stars from the football comic book world, it is his ability to take on the role of Eamon Andrews and that big red book, which always has big news inside it. Yes, it is Mute Button Matt Richards.
Oh, yeah, God, it's going to be the next episode by the time you finish that, won't it? Oh, what the hell have it's going on for?
Buckle up, buckle up.
I said.
Don't call you tangent for nothing. Hi, you tangential. Yeah, good to be here, mate. Good to be here. What important news?
Yes. Well, more on that to come. More on that to come.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait to flick inside of it.
Well, spoiling the intro, but anyway, completing the lineup tonight is the man of 1,000 voices. Unfortunately, most of them from beyond the grave. The master of big news, whether it is him quitting every pod or what he said to the producer or how many sugars it takes to make the perfect brew. It is the founding member, the Podfather.
Well, what an introduction there. Thank you very much. The Tangential One. Good to see you. And yeah, that was an excellent introduction. Thank you. Oh, I'll say.
And there
so
she
hold on a
is.
second. So you've changed your name formally to the Podfather now, have you? Is that
Yeah,
what's
I'm
actually
a Podfather now.
Right. So, right, it's a bit of a mouthful. It's easier for me before when it's just go. Can I call you Pod?
Well,
Can,
no, I don't know. Is there any other option?
Can I call you? Can it Father? Dad?
Oh, hang on. I'm your father, Mute.
Nice. I like that. No,
Well,
yes,
and that, can I just say, listeners and YouTube viewers, isn't the big news, but there may be another story for development and future, or who knows what the future holds. So, on to the running order whilst we sort out the family members in the pod. First up will be social media feedback, otherwise known as Melvin Musings, brought to us by Mute Button. I'm then doing a small feature when Hot-Shot Hamish met Iron Hands. Then we have got part 1 of the comic book life of, yes, William Blackie Gray by Mute.
Yes.
Then...
Eamon Andrew. No, sorry. Sorry.
Then there is that feature, important news, big news, great news. Well, we shall wait to see what page of the pod that will be on. And then, of course, if we're all still here, there might be time for a quick reflection on what was episode 122. And then it's our au revoirs, or will it be our goodbyes? Without further ado, over to you, Mute Button, for the social media feedback.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, I am. Good. Well, I'm much more excited than I should be because I know what the news is as well. Okay, right. So, social media feedback. Melvin's musings. Podfather. Daddy.
Oh, here we go.
Please give me a feature.
It's Melvin's music.
Thank you.
I think the news that he's now your father is adding the face.
Yeah. Oh God, I just hope he keeps that mask on.
Matt.
Right. Right. Okay. Trevor Melvin, the Melster himself. Here we go. Charlie says episode 121 is a classico, but play safe. Yes, with the Podfather back to lead the team out and resident time traveller, Golden Ian, broadcasting from the future in Melbourne, there was something of a carnival or Eisteddfod atmosphere about the last, in more Welsh, of the last episode of 2025. Yakidar, Mute Button Matt. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Excellent.
Cheers, Trevor. Can you just keep it English next time?
Yeah, especially episodes when Ian's not here. But
Yeah,
the time
exactly.
traveller's not
He's
here.
not here. He's not here. Yeah, yeah. The tangential one's commentary for Riverton United's promotion decided with Cardiff City, which sounds like something you might need a course of antibiotics for, reached fever pitch and literally sent shockwaves through the corridor of uncertainty. Tangent's cherry coke fueled falsetto triumphales, which caused dogs for miles around to descend on Champ Towers, led Charlie the Cat, star of the 70s and 80s public safety information films, to issue a post-match health warning. Is Charlie in today? Is he around, or is he?
I'll just check. Charlie, are you in today? Yeah, he's been here all along. He's been under the table in the studio.
Football comic bad boy Bygone Berrigan then sensationally revealed that he once appeared on the cover of an Egmont Roy the Rovers 70s special issue and played for the mighty Melchester in a third round FA Cup tie. The deal for the young Bruce Willis lookalike to sign for Wincy Willis to sign for Rovers was brokered by the Palais agent Mrs. Bygone Brinsden Surtee Berrigan after a flu bug had left the team in need of a strike partner for Roy Race. Although Roy encouraged Bygone throughout the tie and even allowed him to finish off the score in that afternoon with a penalty kick, it's clear that the relationship between the skipper and his new signing was strained. One Mel Park or Egmont Stadium source suggested that the cause of the rift was Bygone's chocolate orange biscuit addiction. It's even believed that Roy had actually taken steps to ban the tea time treat from the team canteen and was quoted as saying, "If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, you can't join our club."
You gotta do it properly. You gotta do it properly.
If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, you can't join our club.
I don't know what the hell was that? What accent was that?
Super football comic book sleuth, mute button Matt, that's me, was at the top of his game during Collector's Corner after receiving a tip-off from an avid listener, and with all the powers of deduction that Chief Inspector Manning of the Melchester Police employed to catch Elton Blake, the mutester deduced that the first time a Roy the Rover story ever appeared in an annual was actually in the Champion Annual for Boys, 1956.
Wow.
Brilliant, wasn't it? Wasn't it brilliant what I did? Yeah, superb. It was really interesting. The plot thickened when Millwall Mute of the Yard also revealed via a blog written by Richard Sheaf that the Roy the Rovers picture story was nearly published in what was to be a relaunch of the Champion story paper. However, Amalgamated Press decided to launch the Tiger comic instead, and the rest, as they say, is history. It was top-class podding all round that had the podfather eulogising post-match about his team's performance. Get in, top bins, lads. Drop the dead donkey news item. Tony was the name of the boy who Charlie the Cat kept away from those hazardous electric pylons. Tony,
wow.
Yeah. Brilliant. Superb stuff. Thank you very much, Melfster. Superb stuff. Love it.
No, I realised something.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Charlie and Bygone in the same room together.
Well, we'll have to visit the tape to the last episode.
Okay, right. Also, there's some more feedback here from Baldy Man Simo. Hey, old buddy Simo. He says, "Grab your cardie, you've pulled." That's must have been obviously one of the chat line that used to work for Simo back in the day.
Exactly.
Cheers, Simo.
Hello, Simo.
Hi, Simo. Champ We Are United Facebook site. We have some feedback from John Evans. Here we go. Another cracker of an episode.
Evans is a place on the podcast regularly now.
Thanks, Dad. Another cracker of an episode. Who would have thought that the United would have gained promotion in such a dramatic and high-pitched fashion? Yes, exactly. Do you remember? I mean, your commentary was it was the most high-pitched.
He obviously did.
I mean, it broke the broadband, didn't it? A few times.
It did break my broadband. I know that much. Yeah.
I mean, it's still reverberating through space right now. I mean, if aliens might receive the first, a signal from Earth, it'll probably be Tangent's commentary from last time.
You went
And
quite high there as well yourself.
I
what a
did,
way to
didn't
be
I?
greeted.
But John carries on. But seriously, absolutely love Paul's commentary. Yeah, we all do, John. Pretty sure Nottingham Forest found out they've been promoted to the first division whilst on the plane as well.
Oh,
Very
see,
much
interesting
appreciated,
stuff.
chaps. And it's true, they did
Oh,
when they got
wow,
promoted
brilliant.
in '77. Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow, great.
that's interesting as well because it's
Yeah.
both Brian Clough teams as well, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's how
Hey,
Derby
hey,
helped that they won the league. So yeah, interesting.
hey. All right, listen here, young man. Don't bring me into it.
Darth Vader
Young
sounds a lot like Brian Clough now, doesn't he?
man.
Darth Clough.
That's what Darth Vader sounds like without the what's it mask,
No, you
the
won't believe
scuba
who's
gear.
here. Actually, sorry, you won't believe who's here.
Oh no, who?
Darth Vader. Hang on. Right, carry on.
Okay, was that it? Okay, brilliant. Is that you just taking your mask off? All right, okay. On to YouTube. Aussie Lee. Comments from Aussie Lee. Hi Lee. What a brilliant, breathless start to the new season. A promotion to start the year. Great to see everyone back in the studio to begin 2026, and especially Ian enjoying an Aussie summer in Melbourne. Not a million miles from me. Hope you had a great time here, mate. Didn't get too hot and enjoyed that one England win for the series. Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Oh
cheers.
yeah.
Cheers, Lee. Thanks for rubbing that in.
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever you do, Lee, don't rub it in.
The sad thing was we did enjoy that one win.
Yes, we climb onto that like no one's
Exactly.
business.
Looking forward to seeing where the podcast goes this year. Oh, wow, there's important news later.
Oh,
So it's not.
right.
Oh, yeah. Has Bygone got too big for Champ Towers now, though? Yeah, perhaps a
Oh.
big money move to the continent awaits. But who would fill the gap left by Grandad if he goes? Grandad Gosden, perhaps. Cheers, all. Have a great new year.
Legendary.
Brilliant. And also on YouTube.
Feedback from a land down under.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you didn't do the theme tune. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. And also on YouTube, we have a comment from a new fan, and it's Chrissy. Yes, we've attracted ladies, finally.
Wow.
Finally.
Brilliant.
Finally, we get to this age of our life, and finally we have women listening to us. It's
I knew it.
amazing.
I was told it would happen one day.
The good thing is they can pause us whenever they want and just fast forward, can't they?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've stopped the sexist jokes now. Okay, we don't want to be cancelled.
Yeah, exactly.
Chrissy, hi. Chrissy says, fabulous. Thanks for another great year of podcasts. Love the personalised Roy the Rovers story and the champion front cover story. I remember a Roy the Rovers story from an early 1970s annual, Tiger or Roy the Rovers, with larger-than-life emergency fullback Fred something drafted into a European tie. He crocked a lot of Melchester players, but could score from 100 yards. Any chance of finding it and reviewing it in a future episode?
Wow, that's certainly a challenge laid down there, isn't it?
Yeah, and she says, I used to enjoy reading my brother's Roy the Rovers comics. So, Chrissy, we will dig around and we'll have a look and we'll see if we can find that story and we'll do it on a future episode. So that's an early 1970s annual, Tiger or Roy the Rovers, with an emergency fullback called Fred something or Fred something. Thanks a lot, Chrissy. Glad to have you on board. That's all the feedback. Back to you, old tangential one. Are we going to hear the news now, or is it later?
No.
God.
Okay. Be more on that to follow. You've got to turn the pages of the pod, as it were, and on to our next feature, which, amazingly, is in actual fact me.
Wait.
And yeah, I don't know how that happened. I've mentioned this a couple of times, and it's a story I sort of remember from years back. And I had a vague memory of a goalkeeper that could actually save the hot-shot. And so I managed to dig it out. And so I'm going to say in Tiger Edition, this is quite interesting actually. Tiger Edition, the 10th of July, 1982, at the foot of the page, we were informed that owing to artist illness, that Hot-Shot Hamish story would continue in 3 weeks' time. So at that time, Princess Park were on tour in Brazil, and the story I remember is in fact in those 3 weeks' time. So again, we get now to the the edition 7th of August 1982, and at the top of the page, under the Hot Shot Hamish banner, we get the Super Story continues from 4 weeks ago. The first panel, I mean, this is just fantastic artwork.
It's
YouTube viewers can obviously see this, and then we've got the Princess Park team are on a coach, and it's just absolutely bucketing down with rain. The summer tour to Brazil. It's not the kind of weather that I thought in Brazil they were expecting. And of course, there's a story there, but I'm not going to go into the full details. Hamish's dad is on a scooter behind the bus, and he's getting sprayed by all the water there. Then, though, the bus has an accident, and all the players have to get out to walk to their next match, their hotel. And of course, now all of a sudden, Hamish's dad is laughing at all the players and asks if anybody wants a lift. And of course, none other than Hot Shot himself gets a lift. They make it in good time, and can you believe the weather's changed now? Now it's looking a bit more tropical.
It's come from a huge storm to suddenly
it's a bright sunshine. Yeah, exactly. And so Hot Shot Hamish, we see obviously his dad's there. I mean, he's got looks like a nice sandwich and a brew, and he's lapping it up. But Hamish said that he's going to go to the Panthers football ground, the team that Princess are playing next, to see if he can get
can I just stop you there?
Yeah, cool.
What's the name of the team?
Panthers.
No, what's the name of Hamish's team?
I always do this. Yeah, Prince's Park.
Prince's Park, yes.
Yeah.
Princess Park.
Can I just say, character. Do you know what? Can I just say it is McKay and Mackay and Durrell's Palace all over.
I know,
I've
I'm sorry.
always said Princess in my head, and it's only actually when I reviewed this, I'm like, I've never noticed that. I've got it wrong for all these years.
Just think tin salmon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Keep going, sorry, mate.
Prince's Park, and for their next match against the Panthers. So Hamish turns up at the ground, and the coach there, he's happy for them to join in. We see that the Panthers players, they're running around the track, and the manager shouting out, run, you'll never make a good team if you can't run. And we see Hamish, he's puffing and panting and in his speech bubble. Can I catch them? I think I'm still a wee bit stiff from riding on Daddy's motor scooter. Then we've got some skills work going on, and now Hamish is showing the Panthers what he can do. And we see the players, they're applauding him as he's weaving in and out of some football cones, practicing his dribbling. And they're saying for a big man, he's got very good control. And then they say, come on, take a kick of our goalie. Show us what you've got. And Hamish then fires in the hot shot, and they're all, wow, terrific, such power. But the goalie catches it.
Wow.
Hamish looks absolutely outstanding. He stopped it. I can't even remember the last time I saw a goalkeeper catch the hot shot. I must admit, he can't remember the last time. I never remember. This was the first time in my life that I'd seen it. And Hamish is straight over. Congratulations, Mon. It's a long time since anyone did that to the hot shot. And the goalkeeper, I stop anything, senor. Nothing is too hard for me. My teammates call me Iron Hands. And the next panel is absolutely fantastic. To show that his hands are iron. Iron Hand punches the goalpost and snaps it. Absolutely snaps the goalpost into two. Hamish is just stood there and scrums. And in the background, I think this is Shafino's artwork. I mean, it is. The Panthers manager, oh no, not another goalpost in pieces. Take care, Carlos. Those things cost money.
If you're currently listening to this, then please go to YouTube and have a look at this. Yeah, it's just a brilliant panel. It's just superb.
Yeah. It is fantastic. It's brilliant artwork.
And so see,
just see and punches. Look, I've got iron hands. Straight in and breaks the goalpost. And so we're on to the next week's edition, and now the players they're in the dressing room ready to go out. And the players are like, "What? Did you say their goalie saved your hot shot, Hamish?" Hey, he did too. When I trained with him yesterday, he's good. They call him Iron Hands. Wow. So what about their shooting, Hamish? Have they got someone called Iron Feet? Okay, I don't know about that one. But the Panthers, they are a good side. McWackado making sure that Princess get out Princes get out onto the pitch. And I'm going to really
I'm
struggle with this now. No,
I
but
should
you're
have said
right to
nothing. I should
correct
have said
me.
anything.
Everyone's at the end of it. And Princes are on the attack straight away, though, and they're moving through. And now wee Wally Campbell's on the ball, and he's going down and he's saying, "Are you ready, Hamish?" He's going to square it, and he squared it. And we've got that. Well, we all recognise this. It's the hot shot. It's that panel. The ball's right in our face as we read the page. And in the bubble, let's see if old Iron Hands can stop that one. The hot shot, it's hit hard. And wow, Iron Hands did his best. He's got his hand to it. But it's a goal. He's got his hand to it, but he couldn't keep it out. Whoa, hot shot there. He's shown that he can beat Iron Hands. And well, these two players, the respect they have for each other, although it's a friendly match, obviously, but it's almost like an exhibition here because Iron Hands is straight out. Good goal, Hamish. That's the hardest shot I've ever faced. Hamish having to concede. I put a wee bit extra into it, Iron Hands. You did well to get a touch, though. But I must admit, most goalkeepers, we normally see them cowering in their goal and doing everything to avoid it. But Hamish has scored, and when about a few minutes later, and Princes, they have an attack, and it's a headed, but Iron Hands, one hand. For those of you, well, I think we've had this conversation. We're all of a certain age. Remember Pat Jennings, famous for being able to hold a ball in one hand, and Iron Hands just under the crossbar. He's leapt up and he saved it, and he's in one hand. And as he, in one motion, as he kind of gets down to the ground, he throws the ball, and God, what a throw he's got on it! It's all the way to the halfway line. But Princess Hector, sorry, I forget these names of the Prince's players. Hector McBooter, I guess you remember the world-class Scottish midfielder. Hector McBooter was there. And again, it's fantastic artwork. He beats two Panthers players in the air and he heads it. And he's headed it quite a way there. And Hamish is like, well, if I can get under that, and he's got under that, and he's volleyed, and it's another hot shot. Oh, what a cracking goal from outside the area. It's a fantastic goal from the hot shot. And again, we see the Panthers goalkeeper, Iron Hands. He said, that was a terrific, Hamish. Fantastic shot. Thanks, Mon. Nice of you to say so. But all of a sudden, the Panthers fans, they're turning on their goalkeeper. They're booing him. Iron Hands is rubbish. Iron Hands, off. And we see Hamish now, his speech bubble. Oh, he's a great goalie. He had no chance with those two he let in. He's a good sport too. And I have to say, I mean, there really has been between the two players a great respect. But the ball's come in, and Iron Hands, he's lost his confidence from all the booing, and he's gone to take a goal kick, and he's absolutely sliced it. And there's Hot-Shot Hamish on the edge of the penalty area, and it's going straight to Hot-Shot. And we can see that Iron Hands, he's scrambling to get back into the goal. And then the crowd again, I told you Iron Hands was useless. Look what he's done. Transfer him now. This is a gift for Princes. And we see Hamish now, he's looking down at the ball. I cannot do it. If I knock another one in past him, it will ruin his career. The fans will never forgive him. And I don't normally do this in my commentaries, but on this one, I'm going to, of course, this is at the end of that week's. So at the bottom of the page, we see next week a dilemma for Hamish: loyalty to his team or to Iron Hands. So what will Hamish do indeed? And that first panel in the next week's edition, again, we see you've given the game, Iron Hands. You're rubbish. Here comes the third goal, and it's all your fault. You'll never play for us again. And we see Iron Hands, he's scrambling back to get back into the centre of his goal, and Hamish is now just inside the penalty area. Poor Iron Hands. He'll be finished if I knock it in. And Hamish, he just seems to gently loft the ball up. He's kicked it straight at him, and Iron Hands has claimed it with one hand there. And Hamish has said, oh, we're 2-0 ahead, and it's only a friendly. There's no need to kick a man when he's done. Sorry, apologies to all our Scottish viewers and listeners.
You know what? I'll tell you what, Rab is still alive, but he's turning in his grave now.
Well, I think you can apologise to all listeners, not just Scottish ones.
Yeah, so I do apologise. And we're on the bench, and we see Wacker. I mean, again, this artwork. If you really do get a chance to dig out this comic or go to the YouTube channel and see the artwork on the screen, and Wacker, he's got his hands on the side of his head. What's wrong with Hamish? He scores 2 great goals and then misses the easiest one of all. He must have slipped or something. Iron Hands, though, we see he's got the the ball and he's thanking Hamish, and Hamish is saying, "You're welcome." And now the Panthers improve. Of course, this is a great Brazilian team, and now we see them passing through the Prince's team, and they're a massive attack. They're on the attack, and it's through to their number 10, and it's a fantastic shot. But Andy Spatcham, wow, he gets to show that he's not a bad keeper himself. Low down to his right, both
Great
hands
save.
on the ball, and he saves it. It's a fantastic save. And then as the game, though, we have one more chance for Hamish, and he gives the hot shot again, maybe not full power. This time, Iron Hands turns it over, and the crowd are now saying that it's a great, he saved one at last. Iron Hands isn't so bad. And Hamish there, his thought bubble, the crowd have forgiven him. I'm glad of that. And that was the last action of the match. And as I say, what a fantastic end to the action. And in the end, Princes win 2-0. And we see the Princes Park team standing in the centre circle. And they're taking all the applause of the Panthers fans. Come back next year. Well played, Princes. They're a sporting crowd, Hamish, in the centre circle. And that's really, although the story obviously goes on the summer tour, they've got a day off for sightseeing that Wacker tells them back at their hotel. So we go back home tomorrow. But that's it. That was when Hot-Shot Hamish met the Brazilian goalkeeper Iron Hands, who was a fantastic goalkeeper. And he does actually appear, sorry, at the end. I did forget this actually.
Just the last couple of panels,
yeah, in the last couple of panels when Hamish and his father are getting ready to go back. Iron Hands shouts out, "Please, Hamish, just a moment." And he says, "It's for you, the man of the match ball." And on the ball, Princess Park versus Panthers, Hamish Balfour, hat-trick ball from Iron Hands, he's written. And Hamish there, "Oh, that's very nice, Iron Hands, but I only scored 2 goals, not 3. But of course, you could have scored 3, Hamish, but you did not wish to see me in trouble. You are a good friend. You're a pal too, Mon. Bye. Been nice meeting you."
filling
And
up.
what a
What a beautiful story.
fantastic, lovely story.
I hope that was
And
hat you on.
the following day, we see Hamish with his dad back to Scottish football and European football. And of course, Princes Park are going to be in the Cup Winners' Cup. So a lovely little story ran over about 3 weeks, I think, in the Tiger comic. So yes, that's when Hot-Shot Hamish met Iron Hands. What a fantastic story. Hot-Shot was too good for Iron Hands, but proved to be the gent, and fantastic respect between 2 great footballers. Well, speaking of great footballers, our next feature is a comic book life, and Mute Button is going to bring us part 1 of one of the all-time greats, a true legend of comic book football. Yes, it's the comic book life of none other than William Blackie Gray. Over to Mute Button.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tangential One. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that story. I did have a quick look at it when you told me you were going to do it, and yeah, as you say, it was weird, wasn't it, that they had those 3 weeks? But then when you think about it, that was 1982, wasn't it?
Yes,
you know, Schiaffino
was
Argentina, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure we all remember what was going on in 1982 in Argentina and Falklands and everything else. So
how tricky that would have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great stuff. Okay, right, yes. So Blackie Gray. So this is going to be a 5-parter. This is a big one.
Can I just say, you've managed to get it just to 5 parts?
Well, it's tricky. I think it was Lee. I think it's Aussie Lee. I think he asked for this ages ago. And it's taken a while, and yeah, it'll take a while to probably get it done as well. But I thought we'll kick it off today.
Welcome to episode 200.
I mean, Blackie Gray is obviously, he's the character. He's Roy's friend, isn't he? From almost from day one, and he's there at his shoulder throughout everything. Terrorist attacks, being shot, car crashes,
kidnappings,
domestic problems. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna go through it decade by decade, and I'll do it in various pods. Wow. And you kind of think of Blackie as, I don't know, like the Robin to Roy's Batman, don't you? Really?
Yeah,
Or like,
definitely. Yeah.
Tonto to the Lone Ranger. The Sid Little to Eddie Large. Well, maybe not that, but anyway, let's
I was with you to that last one,
yeah,
but yeah.
I know. Or the Ronnie to Ronnie. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, let's keep going. Right. Oh, I shouldn't have said it. I knew it. It's
Yeah,
too much
exactly.
temptation. Right. Okay, right. So on the screen, if people are watching YouTube, I'm gonna flick through a few of the key stories over his career with Melchester Rovers and Roy Race. So it's Tiger comic, and on the screen we see it's the Tiger comic from the 15th of January 1955. So almost 71 years ago. 71 years ago,
Wow.
yeah. And here we have Roy. So the comic started in September, didn't it? September 54. So Roy he's got a chance to play for the reserves.
Oh.
So he's his first ever start in the reserves. And he's playing Cobdale United. And so it kicks off. And all you can hear is the crowd, and you go, "Oh gosh, what's up with our new centre forward? He's passed the ball straight away to Cobdale. Mullen, their inside right, has got it, and he can move like lightning." So straight away, Roy's giving the ball away, and then you see the crowd there, and they go, "By Jupiter, look at that!
By Jupiter.
By Jupiter, exactly." I know.
I must admit, I thought he was closer to Neptune myself, but anyway.
But Jupiter, that's something out of Asterix, isn't it? They used to say
Yeah,
that, didn't they? By
yeah,
Jupiter,
Obelix.
Obelix, yeah.
He's not anywhere near Uranus, though, is he?
Oh, God.
Can
Okay.
always rely on the Podfather.
Carry on. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. But then the crowd go, "Oh, what a tackle by Race. Nice work, Race." And then we move to the third panel, and there you see, and the caption says, "Roy weaved nimbly around the Cobdale centre half." And the bubble there, the foot bubble, Roy's going, "Thank goodness, I made up for that mistake. I passed to the inside right now." And who is that inside right? To Roy's right, our left, we can see a black-haired player.
Yeah.
And that player is
Who
Blackie
is it?
Gray.
Oh,
Blackie Gray.
So his first pass to his right is to what is to be his right-hand man.
Oh, that's good, tangential. That's good. That's good. And so anyway, so he passes to Blackie, and Blackie passes the ball back to him. And a brilliant pass. Roy shoots, and actually the keeper saves it. But yeah, the game continues, and then later on we see Blackie putting Roy through again, and this time he scores with his right foot, Roy, and well played, Race, up the Rovers. And they're congratulating Roy, all the players, and he goes, "It was thanks to Blackie, Phil. That through pass of his was a winner." Blackie says, "I knew you were ready for it. You anticipated my move almost before I'd even got the ball. Keep it up, lad." There you go. The first combination between the two of them.
Yeah.
So the story continues on. So, and there we go. So there's a bigger shot there on the screen of
the first
Blackie,
appearance.
the first ever appearance of Blackie Gray.
Wow.
And obviously his appearance will change over the years, as we know and we'll find out. And okay, later on in January, you see Blackie and Roy begin to become good friends, and you've got a scene here. They're by the canteen, and they're having a cup of tea. And Blackie's saying, "You know, Roy, we can work up a fine partnership. This was your first game with us, yet we seem to work well together. Yes, with lots of practice, I reckon we can develop a cast iron combination." And so the story continues. Now we move to April, and it's Blackie's birthday.
Oh.
So on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, Roy's been out of the team. I won't go into the in-depth story, but he was out of the team. But then he's back in the team. Ben Galloway tells him he's back in the team.
You're back in the team.
You're back in exactly like that, actually.
Yeah,
that's the best Ben Galloway I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly had some Galloways, I know that.
So Roy's back in the team, and Blackie comes up to him. "This calls for a double celebration. It's my birthday today, and my landlady's given me free use of her front room for a party tonight."
The good old. I'll tell you what. Sorry, Podfather, go on.
Oh, I'll say, use the front room.
Yes, it's not front room, not front garden. Keep going. And he goes, "That's a great idea, Blackie. You bet we'll be there." And so All the lads kind of get together and they jump into Blackie's car. Blackie's got, like, by the way, Blackie's bought Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's a car. That's a car. And he pulls up outside Blackie's lodgings. And they pull up and they go to the gate, and obviously the landlady's just coming out of the house, and she goes, she was just going out, and she goes, sure. I think she's Irish. Oh God, should I try to attempt an Irish?
Sorry, are we really trying to annoy everybody from the home nations this pod?
Is it the whole football club you're? No, I'll leave it. Well, don't be spilling your ginger pop all over my best carpet. And Blackie goes, the top of the evening to you. So even Blackie attempts an Irish accent. The top of the evening to you, Mrs. Rafferty. And don't you worry about the boys. They'll be fine. They'll behave. Thanks a lot for the loan of your front room. And so all the lads are kind of gathered into the front room. And yeah, he brings them in, and he's got a massive spread, and lovely. It's loads of cakes and food. It's brilliant. Yeah. So I don't know if the landlady's done it all for him or whether Blackie's been busy. But anyway, Blackie, there's a large box on the sideboard, and he goes over there and he goes, this is my special surprise. Stand by for the great unveiling, lads. It's a special present for Roy. What do you think it's going to be, boys?
For Roy? Yeah.
It's a present for Roy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Blackie's. Oh, it's Blackie's birthday.
It's Blackie's birthday, yeah.
Oh, I can't get confused.
Sorry, that's what. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's all these different languages I'm trying to do. And so they pour over. Look at it. It's it's like a football cake. It's almost like a bit like Sabutio on top of a football cake. And it goes, by golly, it's a nice cake shaped like a footer field. That was Roy's voice. Footer field. Oh yeah. And so anyway, the party continues, and they end up singing a few songs around the old piano, or as they say, the old Joanna.
The old Joanna.
Yeah. But that's it. So anyway,
showing our London roots there, Matt.
The old Joanna. Yeah. So you can see that Roy's becoming more friendly with Blackie. But anyway, so we move on.
Sorry, can you just go back 1 second? Podfather. Who'd play the Rovers? Who played the Rovers? Who played the Rovers at home or away? And the goalkeeper cried as his crossbar fell on top of him. That was a sizzler from old Blackie Gray. I'm not sure I can the lyrics to that. That's what they're singing round the piano. Sorry, I gave it a go, but it went horribly wrong on that second bit. And the goalkeeper cried as his crossbar fell on top of him. That was a sizzler from old Blackie Gray.
It's not the first time they use Waltzing Matilda. I'm sure they use Waltzing Matilda in another one, don't they? They do later on.
They do.
Definitely. They use the tune.
They don't make them like they used to.
I don't. Why they use Waltzing Matilda? I just don't know. I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? But anyway, okay. Right. 20th of August 1955. They both make their first team debut.
Wow.
So it's a very important date in the history of Melchester Rovers. You see the crowd in anticipation. I think they're playing Elbury Wanderers at home. It's the first game of the season, and both Roy and Blackie are up front. So first game of the season, you've got two players making their debut.
That is quite a thing, isn't it?
But one of the Elbury Wanderers fan is talking to a guy who's selling rosettes, and he's saying that they've got a player there called Artie Hedlow, or Hedlow's the hottest shot in butter boots. And this is a character who will be in the early days of the Royal Rovers story. He'll be a bit of a main character, Artie Hedlow. But anyway, the story will continue. I don't show the whole match because it's quite a few weeks, but Roy and Blackie start. It's their debut. Blackie doesn't play too well.
Right.
That's the kind of background to it. And the Royal Rovers chairman really wants to get a new forward in. He wasn't impressed by Blackie. This Artie Hedlow, though, plays really well. I think he scores a hat-trick in the game. Right. Anyway, Rovers end up buying Artie Hedlow. So you see here on the 24th of September 1955 on the screen here, there's a newspaper, and it says Melchester Rovers sign Artie Hedlow from Elbury. Artie Hedlow, Elbury Wanderers international inside right, has been transferred to Melchester for a fee of £10,000.
10,000.
Big money.
Big money. Big money.
Big money.
It's the first time Max Bike Race has made an appearance, isn't it?
I'm a pink toothbrush. I'm a blue tooth. Anyway, let's not go down. Right. So anyway, backstory. So Artie Hedlow's in the team, and he's a bit of a bounder, bit of a cad. He's one of these ones. He's just not a nice person whatsoever. Um, the story moves on quite a few weeks, and then the next scene on the screen is you've got Blackie and you've got Roy in a circus, and the rest of the players they're in a circus. I think
Brilliant.
the backstory to this is I think Ben Gallery is friends with an owner of a circus called Zola. I think his name is Zola.
Oh,
Zola. Not Gianfranco.
No,
It might have been an ancestor.
Well, it's, I think the great grandparents of that's where he got his
It
skills
could have been
from.
yes, it did, yeah. The magician. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
That's where he got his magical feet from, you.
That's what we there you go. So you've got here.
You lost me about 25 minutes ago, to be honest.
I should have prepared this. I really should have done. Can you tell I'm winging it? Yeah. So
no, he's playing up front, not on the wing.
Oh. Dear me.
So yeah. So anyway, back to normality. You've got Melchester Rovers are in a circus tent playing head tennis against some seals.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, you can't make this up. Well, you can actually.
You can. And do you know what? In your defence, that seal's definitely playing on the wing.
Oh dear, I'm trying to get an Adamski joke in, but I just can't. Anyway, we're going to carry on.
Has he got a kiss from the rose?
Oh, okay. No, it didn't work. I will edit that out. No, I'll leave it in. Anyway, what's happened is that suddenly Artie Hedlow comes running out from behind the curtains, and there's a goat chasing him. The Billy goat. The Billy goat is part of the circus. This ends up being the mascot. Remember Billy?
I was going to say, yeah.
But anyway, he's not the mascot at the moment. That's later on. I'm getting all confused. Hit the 80s yet? I think it's still the 50s.
Yeah.
Anyway, the goat's chasing Artie.
It's going to be a long night, listeners. A long
night. Strap yourself in.
Remember, this is just part 1 of 5.
we got excited. Can we just jump to the news now? Anyway, Artie Hedlow runs away from the goat. He falls over some steps. He bangs his knee. Have you got that? He bangs his knee.
No.
Anyway, they manage to apprehend Billy, or Blackie apprehends Billy the goat, he holds him down. Anyway, the story continues. Artie can't play now. So what happens? Blackie comes back to the table. So it's good luck. So Billy already, the mascot, is good luck for Blackie. Not so much for Artie, but we don't like Artie. Right. Can we have a boo for Artie?
Sorry to interrupt. I think Artie.
Sorry, what?
Artie's going to have to keep his head low.
Okay.
Artie's going to have to keep his head low.
Do you want to say it again? Just for the,
Not really.
Twice was good, but three times was the charm.
Anyway, so moving on. It's now the 21st of January 1956. Almost 70 years.
As well.
Since you started this feature.
Now, on the front page of the newspaper, we have a picture of a goat.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'll
tell you what, his horns have grown a bit.
Makes his first appearance. So it's now front page news. Billy the goat is making his first appearance, and you've got a scene there. It's been snowing in Melchester. And you've got Roy and Blackie, and they're getting Billy ready. They're putting a sign on him saying "Good luck, Rovers," and they're on their way to the game. And they get to the game, and they bring Billy the goat in, and they take him into the dressing room. Ben Galloway's there, and he's saying, "Look, you need to make sure this goat behaves itself, because the chairman's, he's not happy. The chairman didn't like Blackie anyway because he wanted to get Artie Hedlow in. He doesn't want any funny games. He doesn't want. He wasn't too happy about the whole circus thing. So they're saying that goat better behave himself. And so Blackie goes, "Yep, you can count on me, Governor. We don't want to lose Billy now." So anyway, they stick him in the corner and give him some carrots. At that moment, Pop Honeywell, the Rovers cobbler, hurries in. Pop Honeywell, he's in the 1958 annual. He's the one who looks after all of the boots. And he tips out all the boots. And this when Billy the goat has finished his carrots and he's still a bit peckish. He spots Blackie's boots and he runs off with Blackie. I know, typical. You know what they say? Never leave a goat in a dressing room.
No, never.
You know what?
Exactly.
You
I
don't.
mean, it's an old football adage. I mean,
It's
I
enough.
must. Well, I mean, I must admit, when I first got selected to Groundwood School at the under-12s, I never forget. The manager said, "Don't leave the goat in the dressing room,
That
lads."
goat's not coming in here. That goat's not coming in here.
Yeah.
Get it out. Get it out. Anyway, and you can see why. Because he's running off, and the goalkeeper, I think it's Len Dolland, I think it was the goalkeeper. Then he's trying to get anyway. The goat's running off. The goat then runs out onto the pitch, and the crowd can see it and go, "Oh my God, what's going on? Oh, go on, Blackie, go and get it, quick, run!" And the crowd start chasing after the goat now as well. There's a policeman there. He falls over, and the goat's still got Blackie's boots. And the chairman says he's not happy at all, Mr. Mason. And he's like, "What in the blazes is going on down there? By thunder, it's that goat turning the stadium into a rodeo. Just wait till I get hold of that idiot Gray." So it's not looking good for Blackie, really. I think he's back in
I
chairman's.
wouldn't be surprised if those boots don't end up in the river with Billy's.
Well, quite. Maybe
Oh.
this is some of the ideas for Billy's boots, Blackie's boots. Could have been a spin-off story.
Wow, this could
Billy
be quite
and Blackie.
amazing. Because, in all fairness, Deadshot probably would have been playing in the 50s, so
He
maybe
probably
his
could have
boots
been,
were in the same river.
So the story continues. So the game's going to kick off now. Blackie's feeling under pressure. And Blackie says, "Snow or not, I've got to play like an ace or I'll be dropped. Here's hoping Billy brings me better luck than he's done so far." So it's up against it. So the game kicks off, and there's snow everywhere. I mean, they're playing with it's not the orange ball, but it's a brown ball.
It's the yeah.
How they're staying up, I don't know. But Blackie is playing amazing, and you see the second panel. Look at him. He's got his ball. The Rovers began to settle down, and Blackie started to determine the attack, and he's ploughing through, snow ploughing through. There's a pun there. That's additional. And he passes the ball into Roy. Roy though slips. He managed to hit it though, and it hits the bar. Oh no! But he's missed. But they're playing against Hanville. Hanville then boot the ball forward, and they score. So Hanville 1-0 up, and it was like, but it was really a lottery out there, and the pitch is just absolutely awful. Now Rovers go on an attack. Roy kicks the ball. The keeper, the Hanville keeper, punches it clear, and it goes out to Blackie's at the edge of the area, and suddenly someone shouts, "Blackie, your ball, quick, over your head!" And Blackie incredibly turns, spins, and then a split-second presence of mind kicks it back over his head straight into the back of the goal. It's an incredible goal.
What a goal that is! What a goal,
guys! You can see. Look at that finish. That's amazing. And I know it's funny, but people didn't score those goals in the 56.
No.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
The size, the weight of those boots as well. I mean,
to do that,
to get your legs
unbelievable.
Up. So anyway, it's 1-1. They trot off the field at half time, and then they come back on it. It's even worse in the second half. Look at that picture.
This is
unplayable
conditions. This is unbelievable. The artwork is absolutely amazing. Though.
It's obviously the legend Joe Colquhoun.
Yeah.
But everybody's falling over apart from Blackie. Look on the second panel here, and incredibly, he's keeping on his feet. And he's skipping over a couple of challenges, and he's helping out in defence. And they're going, "Good man, Blackie. He's everywhere." And then Hanville get the ball, and then they managed to shoot, and they've got a shot. Len Dolland, he's got his hands to it. But it's squirmed out of his hands. It's running across the line. It's going to go in. Oh my God! Suddenly Blackie streaks across the goal, and he slams the ball clear in the nick of time. Good old Blackie, the crowd say.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
He's having a blinder.
Yeah, he's there. He's every William.
Okay, yeah. William everywhere. Yeah. And then, a lot of the crowd are giving up. I think they're just going home because it's just like a blizzard. They could barely see it. But then one of the crowd says, "Wait, look, Blackie's breaking through." Suddenly, Blackie beats the defender, flicks the ball to Roy, who takes a desperate shot before collapsing in the tangle with the suffering Hanville backs. The goalkeeper fumbles it. He scrambles to his feet to collect the ball. There's no Rover near enough to challenge him. But then suddenly, Blackie hurtles up. He slides to the ball, and he slides the ball into the net. And
this, I got saying, Go on, Mick. Sorry.
No, you go. No, you say.
I was
You
going to
say.
say, this is one of the greatest, weirdest goals I've ever seen. What a finish that is from Blackie Gray. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And the game finishes 2-1, and the Hanville
Wow.
skipper congratulates Blackie and goes, "Well done, Gray. I don't know how you did it. How do you play on dry ground? If you play like that?" He goes, "Well, thanks. I think I was just lucky, I suppose." And as Roy says, "Lucky or not, Mr. Mason will have to keep you in the first team now, Blackie." Anyway, they're in the dressing room, and he goes up to Billy the mascot, or Billy comes over to him, and Blackie says, "Good boy, Billy. You caused me a lot of trouble, but I hope you may have changed my luck. I'll need it when Mr. Mason sends for me." And then Mr. Mason's there, isn't he? And he goes, "Nonsense, Gray. In view of your astounding game today, I will allow you to keep that goat as a team mascot, providing he causes no more trouble. And I shall seriously consider keeping you in the first team."
Oh, that's nice of him, isn't it?
Gosh, you mean, thanks, sir. I'll see that Billy behaves himself. And that's it. So, Blackie's back in the team,
Brilliant.
thanks to Billy the goat. If it wasn't for Billy the goat, what we may
Well,
never have seen Blackie again.
Fantastic. Can I
Anyway.
just before you go on a few things there? So just going back to the old record, I just looked it up. In 1955, Eddie Firmani went for 35,000. So that was 10,000.
Eddie Firmani was in Charlton.
They moved to Charlton Athletic. This is weird though. Moved from Charlton Athletic. So the little bit that I've got there isn't that great on the internet. I'm really going to say that. Yeah, I'm really going to say he didn't go from Charlton.
That's a great bit of business by Charlton, anyway.
Yeah,
spending 35 grand on a player they've already got.
Wow. Do you know something? He actually went to Sampdoria. From Charlton to Sampdoria for 35,000.
That's a good turn.
Yeah. And then the other thing what I was going to say was because I love Roy the Rovers and I've got a lot of these old editions, I haven't read them, but it's been mentioned before. It always amazes me how these old team names, I'd love to know at what point, Elbury and Hanville, they're never used in latter years. So that was just one thing. But for the GOAT, we're all aware of FC Cologne, yeah? They have Hennis, the GOAT, since 1950. And Hennis, the GOAT, is actually on their club badge. And Hennis, the GOAT, still appears at Cologne matches. Of course, I'm not sure.
The same GOAT?
It's definitely... but each GOAT... uses the name Hennis, who was they had a legendary player manager back in the day, Hennis, and so all the goats are named after him. The current mascot is actually Hennis the Ninth.
It's just like the Popes, isn't it? It's like the Pope.
Exactly.
Do you think when they choose a new goat, they have to wait outside?
Well, I don't know, but I've heard of
black smoke
Hennis before. I think it's quite a thing in Cologne. It really is, yeah. So, my point is, as mad as this story seems,
go on.
No, just as mad as the goat story seems, that there is, in actual fact, even to today, a professional football club with a goat as their mascot.
There you go. Look at that.
Wow.
You're not kidding us, are you?
No. Oh God! It took a few seconds to drop, but well done.
Anyway,
you know what?
Brilliant.
That was. It doesn't get any better than that.
Okay, let's carry on. Anyway, this is the last bit of the story, and then we can leave the 50s. So it's just the last little story. So now we fast forward. Yeah. Okay. We're nearly at the end of the 50s. Okay, so it's now the 19th of December, 1959 on your screens, if you've got a screen. If not, I'll try and describe this to you. Change of artist, because this time in 1959, I'm pretty sure the artist is Fred Holmes. I think Derek Burnage would have started writing the stories by now. Anyway, let's go for it. So it's a lovely cover.
Lovely.
There. And it's lovely. And it's with a programme of strenuous matches in front of them. First Division football team, Melchester Rovers, are in full training at their stadium. 3 new players have been signed on from other clubs and from a local amateur team. And Rovers skipper Roy Race is keen to see how they will shape. One morning, Roy arrives early at the ground and is already busy laying out a strange assortment of gear on the pitch when the rest of the Rovers arrive. So there you go. We've set up the story. Roy's doing some training sessions, and you've got Roy and you've got Blackie, and they're weaving in between bottles, a bit like what Hamish was doing earlier.
Was doing,
Yeah, but he had cones, didn't he? Really, but he shows you.
And I've got to say, I think Hamish, for a big man, I think he was looking a little bit better actually. But,
Oh, Hamish was just the best. He was just
He
incredible.
was,
That
yeah.
was swerving in and out. It was incredible. Yeah, and so you got Roy and Blackie, and then they're going across a bench, an upturned bench, and balancing balls on the head. So anyway, lots of training going on, but then at the same time, there's a mysterious. There's a somebody who's just moving away from a mysterious person moving away from the crowd watching the training, and they're pouring petrol all over the dressing room. What's going on here? And then suddenly they've taken a cigarette lighter from the nearest blazer.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Mute, I can't resist this. It's not Duncan Fraser's younger brother, Jimmy, is it?
Well, he hasn't thrown a chair through the window yet. But
Blaming it.
Oh God! Oh, you're on fire. Okay. So anyway, this is important. Shut up. Right. So the mystery man next took a cigarette lighter from the nearest blazer pocket of Blackie Grey.
Ooh.
And laid a trail of spirit out onto the corridor. Then, I mean, let's bypass the fact that Blackie Grey has got a cigarette lighter. I mean, it's the 50s, isn't it? So, but yeah. Wow. So anyway, he suddenly, but then Blackie comes in because Blackie's coming in to change his plimsolls, I think, and he goes, "Phew, what's that? There's a smell of petrol. What are you trying to do? Set fire to the place? Who are you anyway?" And it's like, but then before Blackie could even glimpse who this person was, the man straightened up and like an uncoiled spring and punches Blackie Sparko.
No.
Knocks him. Yes, he does. Well, you say no, it's on the screen. Have a look. Yeah.
The big screen in the studio, Podfather.
Honestly, Father. Honestly, you embarrass me sometimes. That's it. Blackie was completely knocked out. The man dragged him clear and then applied the lighter to the petrol trail. In a moment, the dressing room would be a holocaust of roaring, crackling, angry flames. Swiftly, the fire razor.
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry, forgive me. Sorry. What did they say that sentence again?
In a moment, the dressing room would be a holocaust of roaring, crackling, angry flames.
Holocaust? What sort of word is that to use?
Well, I don't know.
No. You know what I mean?
I think, I do. I think it's obviously more, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just context.
I think we should move on, to be honest. Yeah.
Swiftly, the fire razor thrust the petrol tin and lighter into Blackie's limp hands, setting him up. So he's put the stuff into Blackie's hands. He goes, "That ought to pin the job onto Grey and keep suspicion off of me." I think this person's a baddie. I'm not an expert on these things, but I think, he's not nice.
Well, he's certainly no Bill Oddie, is he? He's not a goodie.
Anyway, just quick, the meaning of that word: destruction on a mass scale, especially caused by fire, or obviously nuclear war.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying.
I think these days it's become much more, unfortunately, associated with the latter, nuclear war, rather than fire. So.
Yeah. Absolutely, but you're right. It's unusual use of it, isn't it? You would never use it nowadays, would you?
No, you wouldn't use it in today's
comic.
You wouldn't have heard like Brian Moore saying.
Anyway,
1-0 Holocaust.
So anyway, they're on the pitch, and then suddenly they can see smoke coming from the dressing room. And we go, "Oh my God, the dressing rooms must be alight." They're quite quick. Blackie, where's Blackie? Roy thinking. He went into the dressing room to change his shoe. He hasn't come back yet. He may be trapped. So they rush off to the dressing room. Roy just runs in there, and you can see this flashes to next week. And you've got amazing colour art here by Fred Holmes.
Yeah, wow.
And he's tied a towel around his nose and mouth to keep out the smoke and fumes. And he goes into the swirling haze, as it says. And wow, the fire's got a hold. And there's Blackie. He'd be burnt to a cinder if I can't reach him in time. Then suddenly he sees out the corner of his eyes, he sees a fire extinguisher. He grabs hold of that, and then he pulls off the knob and he starts to put out the fire. and he's pushing the flames back from his best buddy's body, and he manages then to well, incredibly picks up Blackie, and he says, "Good job they taught me the fireman's lift in the gym. I never thought I'd have to use it in earnest." And but the smoke's really getting to Roy, and he can't take he's overcome by the fumes, and suddenly he collapses on the floor as well. Oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? But then suddenly you can see, here they are, mate. Reckon we found them just in time, and there's some firemen have managed to reach the ground, and they break in and they manage to drag them both out. And 2 minutes later, they're on the pitch on stretchers, and there's a doctor there, and he's saying to the other players, "Roy Race will be all right in a few moments, Mr. Morgan." Obviously, Taffy Morgan's there.
Yeah.
But Gray's condition puzzles me. He seems to have taken a knock of some sort. Taff just says, "Thank the stars they weren't roasted alive." I wonder how that fire started. You notice I didn't go for the Welsh accent there for Taff. I left that. I think I'll leave that for now. I've had enough.
You've proven your Welsh in recent episodes.
We've lost the Scottish listeners. We've lost the Welsh listeners. We've only got 2 left. Anyway, yeah, but then one of the firemen spots.
I wonder how that fire started.
Oh, is he in there? Ian, it's Golden Boy. Time traveler's come back again from last week. Anyway, the fireman then he's found the petrol can. He goes, "Oh, one thing puzzles me. We found it close. We found this in the package close to where we found Gray and Race. Gray had it in his hand before we picked him up." And now, suddenly, yeah, they're kind of starting to think what's going on. Ken Harkham is one of the new players. The new players, you're always going to be a bit, new players. He's like, he goes, "It looks as if Gray may know something about it, Taff. He's holding a cigarette lighter. Did he set fire to the petrol from that can?" I mean, yeah, thanks a lot, Ken. He's just dropping Blackie in it straight away.
Yeah.
But a police inspector's there, and he's going, "Well, I'll have this lighter, please. And that can. They may be needed in evidence. And one of my men will go with Gray to hospital to keep him under observation." So Roy's coming round and he's like, Where am I? What's happened? "Oh, Blackie. How's Blackie? Is he all right?" And Taff says, "Take it easy, Roy. You probably saved his life." But then Roy can see that they're taking Blackie away. What's this? The police? They're taking him away. What's the idea? "We don't know yet, Roy. But when he comes round, he'll have some awkward questions to answer. They think he may have something to do with the fire." Wow, this is a bit of a tricky situation. So we move on to next week, and you've got Blackie in hospital. You know, and we're used to obviously seeing Roy in hospital, aren't we? In later decades, we've got Blackie in hospital there, and he's mumbling. He's saying, "What are you trying to do? Set fire to the place? You're one of the rovers. Let's see who you are." And Roy's listening. He's going, "Quick, Blackie, tell me who it was." But he loses consciousness again. So Roy drives away from the hospital in quite a smart sports car, actually. Quite snazzy there.
Red as well. He does red sports car.
Yeah. Well, he's elite. He's Lotus Elite later on.
Yeah.
Anyway, Roy's thinking it could have been somebody, another one of the rovers. So he decides to go back to the ground, hoping to pick up a clue. And he goes. He's greeted by the caretaker. And the caretaker says, the fire's right out now, Roy. The police and the fire brigade have gone. Told me not to let anyone in, but as you're the team skipper, I guess it's okay to let you have a look." "Thanks, Stubbs, I will." Roy goes into the dressing room, and there's another character there, somebody there with a torch. And he goes, "My stars, there's someone snooping about in there. Could it be the fire raiser himself? Hey, you."
Well, Keith Flint.
Yes, it says fire raiser, fire star.
Fire starter. Dear.
Yeah. "Hey, you. What are you doing in there? Hey, you. Why don't you?"
The Rocksteady Crew.
You the Rocksteady Caddies. Show us what to do. Make a break, make a move. Anyway, the guy, he hears Roy, not do the Rocksteady Crew, but he hears Roy and he runs off. And he's like, "Oh, I bet you're the blighter who set this place on fire. You're not going to get away this time." But as he fled, the mystery man tugged at a tottering pile of wreckage, and it fell in Roy's path through a blinding cloud of dust. And so Roy falls over, and the man gets away. But he drops a Sporters Club rosette. Could that be a clue? If this fire raiser is one of the rovers, why should he have a club, favour on him, as he says, favour. Rosette.
Favour, as they call him.
Yeah, that's right. And he comes out.
Yeah, they used to be called that, didn't they?
That's right. That's interesting, isn't it? It's a bit of a throwback, this, isn't it? So he comes out, he pockets the rosette, but he bumps into someone. They go, "Oh, gosh, where are you going?" It's Slim Bartlett. Slim Bartlett, who's the secretary of the Rovers Supporters Association. And he's like, Slim, what are you doing here? He said, "Have you seen anybody?" "No, I haven't seen anyone. I'm here to meet Reg Murphy, a new member of our supporters club. A useful bloke. He's a builder, just come into the district." Yeah, remember that?
Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead. Exciting news is later. Anyway, Reg turns up and he's like, "Pleased to meet you, Mr. Bartlett, and to meet you, Roy. I've often admired your play on the field." Thanks, Mr. Murphy." So Roy already is a bit suspicious of this Murphy fella. Anyway, so let's move on. Now, moving on a few weeks now, just to because I know we need to finish this story at some point. And what we've got here, I'm going to read the blurb. This is the 6th of February, 1960. We're straight into the 60s, but this is the last page. This is the last page. Mm-hmm. It's half-time in a special floodlit match. Melchester Rovers versus the Austrian crack team, Flaudermix. In spite of their popular skipper, Roy Race, being knocked out and carried off the field, the home side is winning by the only goal scored. So it's half-time. Now the teams are coming off, but there's a large squad of police is waiting near the tunnel, and they aren't there merely to keep the crowd from mobbing their idols of the football field. No, because Blackie's there, and he's clenches his fists. He's recognized the inspector, one of the constables. Those are the cops I dodged to come to play in this match. They're here to arrest me. So now the story's moved on.
Yeah.
They're going to arrest Blackie now for the fire.
Yep.
And the policeman says, "Gray, I am here to detain you on suspicion of willfully damaging Melchester Stadium by fire and for attempting to evade arrest." But then what's this? Roy, who's obviously he's been KO'd at half-time, he's coming out dishevelled out of the dressing room, and he can see what's going on. He can see the police are just about to handcuffs onto Blackie. He's like, "Stone the crows, they're handcuffing Blackie. I've got to work my plan, and quickly. If it doesn't come off, I'll be in the cooler too." So Roy boots the ball and it hits the policeman on the head. It knocks his helmet off, which I think is an arrestable offence in 1960. Anyway, you'd probably be hanged in 1960 for that.
Yep.
Anyway. Damaging anyone's helmet is really not a good idea.
Moving on. Yeah. So they scarper, don't they? Roy and Blackie, and they run off. And the police, "Come back, you fools! We'll run you both inside for this. You can't escape." They round the corner and into the burnt-out dressing room. And then, "What's the game, Roy? You've landed us both in it," Blackie says. But Roy's like, maybe not. There's the man I'm looking for. We've caught him in the act." And there's a man there with a shovel and a cement mixer, and he's digging, like he's digging up something. And he straightens up and he goes, "Stand back, get away, or I'll brain you." And Roy goes, "Reg Murphy, what the heck are you doing here?" It's Reg Murphy, the builder.
Reg Murphy.
No,
unbelievable.
No, I know.
I bet he hasn't got his favour on him now, has he?
Well said, Tangent.
"Reg Murphy, what are you doing here?" "He's up to some crooked work." "At him, Blackie." Reg Murphy, the local builder, always regarded as a genial, enthusiastic supporter of the Rovers, now showed himself in his true colours. He lashed out with his spade, but "Take that, you treacherous skunk." Roy, a right-hander uppercut, smacks him on the chin, knocks him out Sparko. And it says, Roy's whip crack uppercut completely laid out the burly builder. Blackie says, "Gosh, he was digging that box out of the foundations. What on earth was he up to?" Roy says, "I overheard him plotting to try and get something valuable away from the stadium during the game. This must be it." And they open up the box. The police are here on the scene now, and they open up and they're looking at, "Look at this, thousands of quid in notes and silver." And the policeman, "Phew, the proceeds of the Melchester National Bank robbery. We've been looking for that for years."
No way.
Wow.
Yeah. So the story was Reg Murphy, I think he had been a foreman builder on the reconstruction of the stadium and hid the swag in the foundations after the robbery all those years ago. And then obviously he's come back to try and get a job there so he can then dig up
Dig it up.
foundations to get hold of the get hold of the
Wow.
all the money and all the jewels. And so Reg Murphy, he's taken away, and they find out that actually Mike Drury, the substitute goalkeeper, was in on it as well.
God,
I
not a
know.
player as well.
I know. And they knew that because Mike's hands were the only hands of Rovers that Roy hadn't seen recently, because he'd been covered up. Because why was that? Because they'd been burnt in the fire.
Oh,
Oh.
So
wow.
Mike Drury was the man inside. So
See,
again, the
never
police says
taken his goalie's gloves off since the fire.
that's right. Even when he was eating, I don't know, he's in the toilet or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's kept his gloves on.
Well,
Go on.
blimey. Oh, it's just, this is an astonishing story.
Well, it's nearly at the end now. And then so the police
not
says,
complaining.
okay, we'll take him and Murphy away, and we'll forget the incident in the tunnel race. I mean, you think you would anyway, but they're forgetting about him knocking the helmet off.
The mouth,
You saved us from booking the wrong man. And then the final panel of the story is back onto the field for the second half of the match went the Rovers in high spirits, and it was Blackie who scored the final goal.
Wow.
Lovely.
Wow.
And there you go. They beat Flower Mitts on their tour of England by 2-0. And that was it. That was the 6th of February 1960. That's the 50s. That's from 1955 up to the early 60s. That's the first time we meet Blackie Gray and some of the stories he got involved in.
I have to say, I do love. It's one of the things that I remember years ago in the Roy the Rovers comics. They did the best of the Roy the Rovers stories, and I didn't enjoy them so much. Obviously, as I'm older, I'm much more interested in the history. But seeing these older things, they're much more like boys' adventure. Football is kind of like the background to the story,
Yeah.
right? There's always something like this going on. But fantastic. Well, what an introduction to William Blackie Gray. Nice one, Mute Button.
Wow.
Well, and only anher 4 decades to go.
Nice to go. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
I think the 80s might be like a 5-hour show.
Yeah, I think there are there are going to be certain decades where there's a lot more, but of course, as I'm sure many people know, it gets quite interesting towards the end as well. And well, unfortunately, he's not with us today, and well, we might hear more on that soon. I don't know, because we're all on tenterhooks for the big news. But I'm also dreading Bygone. I bet he's going to be piping up on the old William Blackie Gray story and the interaction with Roy Race. But that's something to.
Well, if he was here, I would be saying, and I know he's got a bit of a downer perhaps on Roy, but who saved Blackie's life there?
Saved his life. Definitely saved his life. In all honesty, Blackie has got his life to thank Roy Race for there.
Yeah. I would love to see a read the Blackie Gray autobiography. For over 50 years of, and I'd love it, and it would be called 50 Shades of Blackie Gray.
I wondered where he was going. I forget how he lines them up. Brilliant. Right. Thank you, Todd.
About 4 episodes in advance.
Well done, Podfather. Well, as I might have mentioned once or twice, it's on to the next feature, which is important news. Big news, great news feature. So, well, we've all experienced it, and it is interesting to see how IPC and Fleetway and DC Thompson handled such news. So here's a sample of IPC Fleetway breaking the news. Many years ago, Score had a big yellow headline, great news for all readers inside, on the cover page, and it was on page 16 where the news was to be revealed. Scorcher on the top in big letters. Big news issue, exclamation mark. Big news issue, exclamation mark. Down the side, turn to the center pages for exciting details. Podfather will like this one. Hot shot on the bottom right corner, a yellow background in big white text. Big news issue, exciting details inside. Page 11 for all the readers there. It's interesting to see, though, that DC Thompson went about it a bit differently. Scoop had no news on the cover. The editor's comment inside the front cover told us we would have seen the back page, which had important news for all readers. In Bullet, there was no mention on the cover, but readers found out on page 7 27, special news for
Special
all
news.
Warlord
Ooh,
and Bullet
ooh.
readers.
Oh,
Our very own champ made no mention on the front cover. We knew something was happening, and then on page 27, important news.
Important
no.
news.
So,
Wow.
Muse,
No.
what is the important, big, great news for all our podcast listeners and YouTube viewers? And I hope I haven't made too much of this.
Well, you certainly have. You certainly have. Yes. But only you could. In your own inimitable style. Yeah, so there is going to be a change. I mean, there's no change to this is going to disappoint people immediately. There's no change to the content. There's no change to the hosts. So you're still going to have us three people. No change to the presenters, even though they're not here. I know the rumor mill might be going on. But you don't want to read everything you read on social media.
There are no £10,000 transfer fees in this pod.
I wonder if the rumor mill is United's media suite.
Very good, very good.
Well done, brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, we're still going to have the same, crap impressions and accents and attempts at humour. Yeah, we're not. We were thinking. We were talking to a few people about a merger, a bit like the old comic mergers. Like you mentioned some mergers there, tangential ones. So we were talking to Lineker and Neville about some potential podcast mergers. Maybe
Nash and the new release and everything.
Nash, yeah, it could be. So we're thinking
we
about
were
doing
in discussions.
They could have had Arrested Football Comics. You could have had the Roverlap. Roverlap.
Yeah.
Or the rest is Cotton. Or EastEnders instead of Townenders. I don't know. Anyway, that'll never catch on EastEnders, would it?
No. Never survive. Never survive.
And but we were talking to some of the presenters as well, and I don't think Roy Keane would have got it with Bygone. It'd be too much negativity for one podcast. No. I don't think anybody wants to listen to that. So basically, what we're going to do, we're just simply changing the name of the podcast. That's all. It's no major.
Changing the name of the podcast.
Did we not tell you?
I thought you were. You said to me in the week you were going to call him. He's a founding member after all.
This is incredible news.
I thought everybody was on board with the Matt Richards show. I can't believe. I just misjudged it. I've misjudged it, haven't I?
Well, I actually thought it was the Mute Zone, but anyway, I can't remember.
The tangential show. Anyway, in all seriousness, we're changing the name of the podcast. I mean, we've thought about this for a little while. We love Champ We Are United, and we've been going now for nearly 5 years, over 120 episodes. Nothing's going to change, but we just thought we wanted to call it something a bit more descriptive to what we actually do. And from day one, we've covered all football comics, British football comics, like Tiger, Scorcher, Billy's Boots, Striker, you name it, we've done it. So we're simply going to change it from the next show to the British Football Comic Podcast. The British Football Comic Podcast. It's not very exciting. So it wasn't exciting news, but
it needed to be built up, though. It needs to be built up,
because we wanted to have
an announcement. It's a big announcement.
It's just simply a rebrand. There's no need for people to change their subscription. You don't need to go to a newsagent and give them a different slip of paper for them to deliver it next show. We're not going to do. We thought about doing reprints. Like bringing back some of the old shows, so some of the the Ridders retro reviews and stuff, and the Simo, the goals of Jimmy Grant. But we might not do that yet. Maybe in 6 months' time when we go to a monthly podcast after Tangent's been in a helicopter crash, but not yet.
Funny you should say that. My right leg is playing up a little bit.
And all the presenters are staying. It's not like our favourite comics when suddenly you lost some of your favourite stories. Unfortunately, the bad news is that we're all staying. So don't want to disappoint. But that's it. Yeah, that's it. We're changing the name.
If it's all right with everybody, though, I think it's a good time to kind of mention as well. Like the listeners and the viewers have seen, the squad does remain the same, but you're probably all aware that obviously due to things in their personal lives. We all get busy. That Simo and Ridders have taken more of a back step, but I'm sure, hopefully, future they will always come back on and do the odd bit.
Yep.
And obviously, and we've had the new signing, which of the time traveller. So thankfully, he travelled in the past, so the signing on fee was 2 shillings, so we could afford that. But so yeah, I mean, obviously, and it was a good timing from that, as you've seen changes with the presenters in recent episodes, and the idea is that when people are searching Spotify and everything,
Yeah, exactly.
We Are United is quite niche, isn't it?
It is niche,
Yeah,
but we go on, go.
I was going to say it's just worth. What did you say?
I called you goal. I didn't. Yeah.
Shocking! I'm now the podfather.
I know. Sorry, Dad.
The one and only podfather.
The podgoer. So that didn't sound right at all. It's worth mentioning, of course, that we started just because of COVID. Rab and Simo and Ridders was around as well, and it was just a case, as listeners know, of us looking after each other. Looking after our mental health and things like that. And and then it just went, and the rest is history. But yeah,
I know something. Sorry, Podfather. Explained as only the Podfather can.
Yeah. Well, it's Charlie. I thought Charlie came in then.
Yeah, exactly.
And so actually, the rest is history. It's not. We're not calling the rest is history. That's another podcast. But just for yes, but you're right. The rest is history. No, you're absolutely right, Go. And Champion United will stay a core part of the show anyway, because we love the story, and we will cover it again and again, and tangential when you'll continue to do it. So that's it. Not massive news. Nothing's going to change. We're just changing the name of the podcast, and be prepared for many shows of us getting the name of the podcast wrong.
I'd also like to mention. I'd also, sorry to interrupt, like to mention, for long time listeners and people that have sent me letters in the past, which were always from myself. I will just mention we are a football comic podcast. Wonderful, brilliant. But I tell you something, in about 62, maybe 63 episodes, I actually am going to do part 4 of Marvel Superheroes Secret War.
And of course, and that's it. And this is it. Even though we will still from time to time do different sections. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And we look forward to that goal in about 3 years' time. I can't wait. I'm going to have to. That's it. Back to you, Tangential.
Wow, fantastic. I must admit, I'm quite relieved, because there had been a rumour before, and he said he was joking, but Mute Button did at one time when he was presenting say I was the story that was going to get cut. So to hear of the rebrand and the big news issues, trust me, there was no one more scared than your.
It was only because you paid me all that money.
Yeah, well, I tell you, those 2 shillings that Ian gave for the signing on fee was well spent.
Fun. That's what it was. Fun.
Well, I hope you'll agree with me all. I'll tell you what, Podfather, have you got anything last that you would like to say before we go?
Last before we go.
Last thoughts before we say our goodbyes. That's what we're saying, our goodbyes.
No, yes. Brilliant show tonight. Thank you very much, Tangential One. Wonderfully hosted. Really enjoyed your section. Matt, I'm your father, Mute.
God, Jesus Christ.
I thought that I was actually going to pass away during your section, that it went on so long. But my word, it was really fascinating. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, that was a really enjoyable episode.
Good.
Cheers, Mute Button.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So enjoyed it. Shame, obviously, that Ian couldn't make it today. I know he's really busy, and Bygone Berrigan is ill at the moment. But they'll be back, I'm sure, in the next show. The first ever British football comic podcast show. It's a bit of a mouthful. You're going to get it wrong. I'm not going to get it wrong.
Yeah. So look forward for in 6 episodes when we rebrand again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. Well, yeah, well hosted. Great as ever to always hear my dad on a Zoom call. Especially if he's been dead for 8 years.
Even if it is news to you.
Yeah, exactly. No, I really enjoyed it.
One of mine.
Yeah, back to you.
Brilliant. Well, we've had a little bit of fun with it, and there's only one thing to say. That is the end of the Champ We Are United podcast. Unlike many of the comics that you would have read, it lasted 122 episodes. It will be back, but as the Great British Football Comic Podcast. Will it be episode 1 or 123? You'll just have to search Spotify, iTunes, or wherever it is you get your podcast to find out. We'll see you on the other side.
Hiya.
Brilliant.